I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, this is going to be a new series called Why Do Black Men Refuse to Take Accountability? Now, this series is going to tackle the many different things that Black men need to take accountability on. Now, this video specifically is about taking accountability for the effect that rap music has had on the Black community, and more specifically, Black men. Now, the reason why I decided to make this video is because I saw this. Y'all see it on the screen. 50 Cent said this back in December of 2024. And honestly, I feel like no one really addressed it the way that they should have. So I will. Now, 50 Cent said in this article that female rappers are too overly sexual in their music and they're damaging young girls. Now, I find that to be odd coming out of 50 Cent's hypocritical mushmouth. But alas, this seems to be a problem with the collective of Black men. They hold Black women to standards that they don't even hold themselves to. And they call themselves the leaders and the supposed heads of the Black community, but then act bewildered when people, surprise, surprise, follow their lead. Now, let's be clear here. Black men started off with a harmful rap that incited violence against each other and also started the degradation and sexualization of the Black woman and the Black girl. Now, I'm not trying to give y'all too much of a history lesson, but I have to give you a little bit for context. Now, gangster rap made its appearance in the late 1980s. One of the most recognizable and most popular gangster rap groups from the beginning is NWA, which came out in 1987 with members Eazy-E, Ice Cube, DJ Yella, Dr. Dre, MC Ren, and Arabian Prince. Now, let me read y'all some lyrics, which, unfortunately for YouTube, I'm going to have to edit a lot of it out so that it's YouTube friendly. But anyway, let's go to Straight Outta Compton. Crazy MFer named Ice Cube from the gang called N-Words with Attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a sawed off. Squeeze the trigger and bodies are hauled off. You too, boy, if you F with me. The police are going to have to come and get me off your A-word. That's how I'm going out. For the punk MFers that's showing out now, NWA is one of the earliest examples of the glorification of the destruction of the Black community, violence against their fellow brother, and the degradation of the Black woman to music. Okay? Now, you could say to me, hey, Trigger, that's just music. That didn't do anything to anyone. It didn't damage the Black man or the Black community. The Black community has always been like this. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I will tell you, you would be wrong. Looking at this article, and I want y'all to see this, although gangster rap as a cause of violent behavior by its listeners cannot be proven, there is certainly a correlation. Black on Black violence, and I'm going to say I don't like the term Black on Black violence, but let's keep going. Black on Black violence. Oh, and I forgot to say, they mean Black men doing it because it's certainly not Black women. You already know this. So let me keep going. Black on Black violence has escalated sharply since the late 1980s when the popularity of gangster rap was on the rise. No kidding. You take the violence against Black men and make it cool and make it pop culture and like it's the hardest thing ever and the most masculine thing that you can do. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think that is going to do to a generation of young, impressionable Black men? Make them feel like that's the way to go. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because someone like 50 Cent speaking on anyone being overly sexual when he has songs like Candy Shop and Magic Stick is completely asinine. It's even more crazy to have him talking about Black female rappers damaging young girls when he has participated in an art form that is the reason why Black men like him are in prison or in the dirt. It also was probably a huge contributing factor to the reason why he got Swiss cheesed up. But let's keep going. I'm just going to show you the hypocrisy further of 50 Cent. Let me just read y'all a few bars from 50 Cent's song, Heat. The DA can play this MF and tape in court. I'll unalive you. I ain't playing. Hear what I'm saying, homie? I ain't playing. Catch you slipping, I'ma unalive you. I ain't playing. Hear what I'm saying, homie? I ain't playing. Keep thinking I'm candy till your effing skull get popped and your brain hop out the top like the Jack in the Box. In the hood, summertime is the unaliving season. It's hot out this B word. That's good enough reason. Now, once again, I find it absolutely crazy that a man like 50 Cent, that was probably Swiss cheese up and he barely survived, would make this kind of music and put out this kind of energy. I wonder if it ever hit 50 Cent that the music and the culture was probably a contributing factor to the mentality of the man that harmed him. So why would he add fuel to the fire? And my thing is this, 50 Cent speaking on female rap, knowing that he has extremely violent lyrics, knowing that he also was engaged in illegal activity, I have no idea how someone that added more and more fuel to the fire of black male dysfunction would ever open their mouth to speak on female rap. But hey, you know what? 50 Cent doesn't care, and he never cared about what he's doing to the black community or what he's doing to black men like him, as long as he can get some money. And it's just like with Ice Cube, how he was acting like he cared about the black community and he was trying to educate the black community on politics and Democrat this and Republican this and da 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 da. All while ignoring that he is one of the reasons why a lot of young black men are in jail or are in the ground right now. And this is what I mean. Black men live in a world of delusion where they can see the so-called flaws of the black woman clearly, but they never look at their own. Or they never realize that a lot of the flaws of the black woman is a direct response of their piss poor behavior in so-called leadership. These black men literally spent decades sexualizing a group of women, more specifically black women, and telling them that their only worth was between their legs. And then when those women finally internalize that and make music saying as much, now it's a problem. Insanity. But let me give y'all an example from Dr. Dre. This came out in 1992. B words ain't S. B words ain't S, but 304s and tricks. Lick on these, you know what. And S, the male private area, get the F out after you're done. Now, does this sound like black men pouring into their black queens and making them realize their worth? Does this sound like black men should be shocked at all that there are sexy reds out here in the world or Sukianas? I don't think so. Or what about the fact that most black girls don't even make it to age 18 without experiencing some type of SA or inappropriate sexual contact with the male? And, let's talk about the music or the culture that encourages that. Let's go over 3 6 Mafia and their song, Let's Plan a Robbery. Now, here's a snippet. I ran up in his spot with the Glock. His jaw dropped. He knew I came for money and the weight I heard he got. I cracked him in the middle of his face with the tone, tied his A up, and ransacked his home. I had to grape his B word because the 304 was stacked. I effed her from the back with my pew-pew to her back. And honestly, I know these lyrics can or can't be shocking. It depends on what you listen to. But if we're seriously being honest, virtually all rap has elements of this in some way, form, or another. It's just the way it is. Now, we could say the exception of conscious rap, which we know isn't mainstream at all. It never was, and it still isn't. And now there are only right now currently a few black men that make conscious rap that are quote unquote mainstream. And even within their lyrics, they still quite often sexualize and degrade women as well. But I'm not done yet. I just want to give y'all a few more lyrics for context. Now, here's some lyrics from a rapper named Big L, who is no longer living, but he is regarded in a lot of circles as one of the best to ever do it. So let me give y'all some lyrics from one of the best to ever do it. Now, here's some lyrics from his song, All Black. I'm not the type to take luts out. I just F they guts out. Get my nuts out, then break the F out. Me being a virgin, that's idiotic. Cause if Big L got the AIDS, every cutie in the city got it. I be placing snitches inside lakes and ditches. And if I catch AIDS, then I'm about to start graping B words. Now, does this sound like any rappers anywhere should ever open their fat lips to talk about female rap? Because what is female rap talking about? Twerking? Running game on dudes or whatever the case may be? Like what? Where are the songs where women are really talking about unaliving? And I understand that there's a little subsection of drill rapper chicks, but you know exactly what I mean. Like, if you want to look at those women, that's on the flip side. It's just like how there is less popularity with conscious rap, the same thing with girls and all of that. But let me just keep going. I just want to say that black men, before they could ever speak on female rap, I don't care what form of female rap it is, black men would have to acknowledge and own up to the many, many, many lives lost and the futures that were never realized because of the horrible, murderous energy that they put out in the world. And I don't want to hear anything about the white tea man, the white tea man, the white tea man offered them money to do it. So just because somebody offers you money doesn't mean that you have to do it. If somebody told me, hey, I'll give you $1 billion, I'll give you $1 billion for your daughters, I wouldn't take it. I couldn't just give my daughters away and say, hey, they offered me the money. I had no choice. I had no choice but to destroy my daughters. What did you want me to do? Makes no sense. So don't come in here with that white tea man and they had no choice. They absolutely had a choice. They had a choice to put the respect and the health of the black community above their pockets. It's just that simple. Because you have to think about this. When black men made those choices, they contributed to the idea that most black men are sexual deviants, womanizers, and violent meatheads that have no self-control and also are in possession of firearms and will unalive anyone and don't care about anything. It's just like the lyrics of Notorious B.I.G. where he talked about, I'm not even about to give y'all the whole lyrics, just where he talked about robbing a pregnant woman. Disgusting. I have no idea. And yet that man also is talked about, oh, he's the best to ever do it. Why? Why is that cockeyed, big back Negro considered to be doing anything? He was disrespectful to every woman that he came across, and his lyrics were just as disrespectful. Good riddance. But anyway, I'm sorry. I was about to really get out of pocket. I'm not even going to say what I was about to say about that man. Let me keep going, y'all. Let me just say this. I will be the first one to say, I'm not a fan of Sexy Red and her so-called image, but I can guarantee you this. Sexy Red is not ruining the black community or black women in the way that 50 Cent and the rest of these rappers have done for the past 50 years. I literally could quote a horrific lyric from every rapper that you can think of in your head, even your favorite. If you got a favorite rapper, I got a lyric that I can tell you that will blow your mind. It's absolutely disgusting and disgraceful. But nobody talks about that, though. Nobody talks about that because all of their lyrics are, either promoting the destruction of the black community, the death of other black people, or the degradation and the sexualization of black women and girls. And it's insane to me. I got to calm down, y'all, because I feel myself getting hyped because this is really insane. And I really don't feel like anyone ever combats these false narratives that black men put out. Like, nobody talks about it. They just go and jump on the bandwagon with the black men. Because I know when I see black men talk about Sexy Red and all of that, all I see is a lot of black women. Yes, you're right. You're right, King. And we're so bad. They're so bad. We need to follow y'all lead. Follow y'all lead where? Huh? Do y'all ever think about the things that they have done? But let me just keep going, y'all. Honestly, it's really insane to me because it's like everywhere I look and everything that I hear is black men always calling out black women and never acknowledging the part they play in anything. Even when women get hurt by men, they won't say that the men need to do better. They'll tell you that you need to choose better, which doesn't make any sense. And it's also the same mentality as this. Like when a man cheats on a woman or he does her super dirty and she starts freaking out, going off, breaking his things, acting crazy, whatever she's doing. Then all of a sudden, these men are talking about she's crazy, she's crazy. And he never addresses what caused the so-called crazy behavior in the first place. And like I said before, any men that see this video and watch this video and think that y'all are going to type anything in the comments about why you ain't talking about female rap. Let's do a deep dive on female rap. Let's talk about that. Why would I? Why? Why? Tell me why. Black women don't unalive, grape, or commit violent crimes or any crimes on any notable statistical level compared to black men or compared to anyone. Black women's incarceration rates have steeply decreased for decades now. So why would I talk about black women before I talk about y'all? Black men unaliving each other and us is at the highest it's ever been. Black men going to jail. Black men going to prison. YNs scaring everybody and acting like wild animals and inflicting pain and harm on everyone they come across. Trying to be what they have seen on TV, music videos, and social media. That's really happening. So let's talk about that. You got Chris Brown in jail for bashing somebody in the head. You got Tory Lanez in jail for pew-pewing someone. You got Lil Durk in jail for arranging hits on people. Allegedly. And think about this. If this is the mentality that has affected the black men that have wealth and privilege and access to opportunities, what do you think is going on with Daquan in the hood? Whose hardworking mother he doesn't listen to, but he will, however, listen to the old head loser men in the neighborhood who want to see him fail and ruin his life just like they did when they were young. So my thing is this: black men have got to stop running away from accountability. Everything they try to put on black women is actually what they are doing. It's literally projection at its finest. And I say this all the time. All the things that men put on women, women are so emotional, women are illogical, women are super sensitive. All of these things are traits and characteristics of men. Men are the most emotional people that you've ever seen. When they get in their feelings, somebody's going in the ground or somebody's getting beat up or something horrible is happening. Truthfully, you don't want to be with a man anymore. He's crashing out, acting a doggone fool. I have no idea why we don't make these, why we don't make these connections, right? And then we have the logic. I don't even need to tell you about the logic. Have you seen the men out here now? You think that these men are logical? Like, be for real. And, my thing is this, is that all of this, the whole reason why I made this video was about 50 Cent. And to me, 50 Cent saying what he said is really crazy because 50 Cent in 2025 is still ruining the black community. Every show he puts out is filled with violence, criminality, hypersexuality, and womanizing black men. It only shows black men in a horrible light and encourages still the environment of crime and dysfunction. No functional relationships with black women that don't include drama and cheating. Not an ounce of anything healthy. So I'm going to need black men to tighten up and fix the bajillion problems and issues that they have brought into the black community with their dysfunction, degradation of the black woman, and disloyalty before they ever speak on black women that are rapping about gaming on men, being cute, and twerking. Be freaking for real. I digress, y'all. I'm sorry. I know I got out of pocket, y'all. I know I was hype about this, but I really feel like too much is going on for us not to call it out. But anyway, let me just keep going, y'all. If you watched this whole video and it was informative to you, like you really learned something or something that you didn't know, please do me a favor and drop a 88 down in the comments. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. It will cost you nothing. I know times are hard out here. Follow your girl on TikTok. I do live stream there exclusively. We get a little crazy. We get a little messy. If you want to be entertained, definitely follow me on TikTok. Also, follow your girl on YouTube. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And I wanted to tell you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate you so much, my beautiful Black queens, for helping me make it to 20K. Like, I would have never, ever, ever in my life imagined that anybody would like me or want to hear me or hear my perspective on anything at all, to be honest with you. You guys have poured, Black women specifically, you guys have poured so much love, light, positivity into me. I'm so thankful and so grateful. You guys have, cash at me sometimes. And I appreciate it so much because you don't have to do that. You guys have super chatted me things, and it's just like, wow, you guys didn't have to do any of that. You could have just watched my video and said, oh, she sucks, and kept scrolling. Or you could have watched it and said, why would I give her anything? Like, she's corny or anything. And I just want y'all to know, I greatly, 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 greatly appreciate it. It means so, so, so much to me. And all I can hope is that I'm encouraging you guys. I'm encouraging Black women and Black girls in the same way that you guys encourage and pour into me. And hopefully, if I can stop any Black woman or Black girl making the mistakes that I did coming up that caused me pain and harm, then I feel like I have done my job. I just wanted to say that to you guys. Thank you so much. I love y'all so much. And please, let me know how you feel about this video. Drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.